Alright, well, this is Kerbal Space Program, and, is anyone? Alright, is anyone here? I can't really tell. Oh well. Let's see. Staging. I don't know if anyone's here. Doesn't look like it. But, whatever. I'm gonna try launching this thing. It might go horribly. I don't really know. Oops. Save it. Oh, and there goes my, aerodynamic nose cones. Alright. Save that. Try launching. Oh! I've got a viewer! Hooray! Alright. So... Oh, and my videos... Oh, no, I'm good. Let's see how it goes. So I haven't actually played Kerbal Space Programs in a while, or Kerbal Space Program in a while. Not actually sure how I'm gonna do. But this is I think a new science save that I'm doing. So let's see. So I checked what science I had done before, and on this save I've not actually landed on Minmus yet. So I'm gonna try that. I'm going really fast. I don't think I really need to go that fast. Because yeah, shooting through the sound barrier this early in the launch seems like a recipe for using up more fuel than I have to. Alright. Why don't I have any more control? Oh, right, because I don't have any more control surfaces. Well, let's try that again. Oh, and Ben says hello. Hello, Ben. Did you see my failure? It was pretty bad. Let's try some of these. 4 of them, because I said so. Maybe that'll help. That could help. So I actually chose this save because, well, it's got a custom flag that I made, and I like that. So there we go. Actually, maybe if I don't throttle all the way up at first. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's not bad. I probably started my turn a little early. And of course, I'm probably starting my turn a little early again, but, you know. I should probably turn on stability assist. Wow, that is a lot of wobbling. That's not good. So, I've never actually played Kerbal Space Programs live before. My YouTube channel has a few Kerbal Space Program videos. But, yeah, when I do those, I've usually gone through several failed launches. And what you're seeing are actually the spaceship designs that actually work. Not the ones that I just threw together like I did with this one, with no real concern for anything except making a spaceship that kind of maybe would work. So, yeah. You'll get to see just how bad I actually am at Kerbal Space Program today. Yep, like my rocket that tips over every time. But, well, I'm gonna give it a go. Throttle up to full, and see how this goes. Probably terribly. That's the answer. Well, I mean, my time to, what is it? I can't even remember anymore. Apoapsis is increasing, so that's a plus. And Ben says that he often has the same problem that I do, but that his stream recently was an exception to that, and I saw that stream, and yes, it was pretty great, actually. I was very impressed. He took a probe and decided to launch it to the mohole, which was my idea, and yeah, he did very well getting to the mohole. I was impressed, I must say. He didn't actually quite make it to the mohole. He crashed just past it, or to the side of it. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter since it's not the North Pole. But, I mean, that was really just a problem with not timing out his burn to land very well. But the actual launch went beautifully. He made it to Moho's sphere of influence without any problem. Yeah, it was pretty good, I must say. I'm a little worried now because I'm not gaining altitude very fast, although my time to Apoapsis is going up, so I don't know, maybe it'll work. That's why I'm still pointed very much up. I lost a lot of energy with that flip, which means I don't know if I'm actually going to make it out of the atmosphere. But at least I'm picking up a good deal of speed. So, there is that. I'm not... Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm getting up towards 60 with still plenty of fuel left. This might actually work. This strange, super inefficient trajectory where I sail way too long through the atmosphere. Huh. Well, I guess it's working. I'm gonna flatten out a little bit. Yeah, that's not too bad. Huh. I'd have thought that would go much worse. Yeah, Ben says it's all about the specific impulse of Xenon, but... Okay, so it's true that Xenon does have a pretty great specific impulse, but here's the thing, though, Ben. If you'd had a little bit more thrust, maybe you could have saved that landing. And, well, Xenon does not have the greatest thrust out there. Alright, throttle back up a little bit. So, because I don't have Kerbal Engineers on here, or Kerbal Engineer on here, I actually end up flying a lot of missions almost entirely from the map. Which, yeah, I know that's not the most fun way to watch it, but... whatever. Well, there goes the next stage. Flying off behind me. So now I am on a Poodle, because that is a very efficient engine. And it has plenty of thrust for where I'm going. I'm actually just going to flatten out to the horizon. Alright. And I may have actually started, or waited too long to throttle all the way up on my Poodle. Because now my time to apoapsis is going down, and I don't know if I have enough thrust to fix that problem. So... this may be one of my worst orbital insertions ever. And of course, it's when I'm live, because why else would I go live except to show anyone who cares to watch, which right now looks like 2 people, because, you know, I have a great web presence, my worst ever orbital insertion. Yeah. Oh, and Ben says that he needed more parachutes for his descent to the Moho, which obviously is true. The more parachutes you have on Moho, the more likely you are to survive. Which, of course, is actually a complete lie. Moho has no atmosphere. Parachutes are entirely worthless, and you should not bring them on your missions to Moho. Yeah, just don't do it. It is a waste of time. Alright, well, now I've got a periapsis, I don't know, that is above the surface of Kerbin, so there's at least that. And yeah, I'm gonna throttle down a little bit. It's not quite a stable orbit yet. My periapsis is still below 70,000 kilometers, but not by much. But I just want to get a more circular orbit, so I am throttling down a little bit. And do a little time acceleration. And Ben says to just aim prograde and I'll be fine. But, you know, prograde is for losers, and also people who want to actually successfully get to orbit. That's the 2 groups. Losers and people who want to get to orbit. I will let you decide which one of those I am in this case. Alright, so throttling up a little bit. There we go. I am now in a stable Kerbin orbit. How circularized am I going to make this orbit? I don't know. $86,000, $91,000. That's not bad. It's good enough for government work. Alright, so here's Minmus. I'm not actually very good at setting up encounters with Minmus. I guess one thing I should probably do is set it as a target. Actually, looks like I can get an encounter right from here. An encounter, which looks like is giving me an almost entirely free return if I somehow shrewd it. That's pretty good. And it's a pretty polar encounter, too. See if I can't... Well, you know what? That's good enough for me. I'll tweak it when I'm, on approach. Alright. And Ben has reminded me that parachutes are only a waste of time if you don't plan to come back to Kerbin from your Moho adventure. And that is entirely true. If you plan on coming back from Moho to Kerbin, you should definitely bring parachutes. Unless you want to try like a rocket-powered descent to Kerbin, which actually kind of sounds fun. Maybe that's what I'll do next, is a rocket-powered Kerbin re-entry. No parachutes, just rocket power. I mean, would it be that difficult? No, probably not. But it would probably be a lot of fun. Alright, coming up on our maneuver node. You know, when I do these, I always say our maneuver node, as if you guys are, and by you guys, I guess I mean the whole 2 people, are playing alongside me. Maybe I should start using my... I don't know. Ben says that it's a great idea to try to do a rocket-powered descent to Kerbin, and then he says from Moho or someplace closer. And really, as a kind of proof of concept, I probably want to start doing it from Kerbin orbit, really. Just go to Kerbin, come down on rockets. Is that a thing that I can do? And if the answer is no, well, then why bother doing it from Moho? So, maybe that's what will happen after this mission, assuming that this mission is... Actually, no matter what happens with this mission, I don't really care. It's just some stupid science game that I made so that I could show off my flag-making skills, my limited Kerbal Space Program flag-making skills. And yeah, so no matter what happens with this, I think we will try a rocket-powered descent to Kerbin. And Ben says to use our, as I had said earlier, because it makes him feel like he is part of the adventure. So, okay, I will keep using our. Even though one of my little idiosyncrasies is that I use first-person plural far less often than most people. Like, people say, our government. Nope. Nope. I don't say that. People say, like, oh, we need to, when they're talking about, like, I don't know, society or something. Nope, don't say that either. I don't even say we when talking about sports teams. Like, oh, we had a good game. Like, no, I'm not on that team. I don't play for any professional sports teams, so none of them are we. Right. Looks like this stage might just barely get us through this maneuver. I'm going to call that good planning, and, yeah. Not quite. Yeah, that's totally good planning on my part. Nothing to do with just kind of winging it and having done this before, and therefore kind of getting it right. Nope, not that at all. Alright, so, looks like I'm not actually on a course for an encounter. Whoa! Whoa! What just happened? Wow! That was not good. Apparently I hit the Z key or something with my finger, I don't know. But that was awful. Wow. Goodness. That's... well, okay, I might not have entirely shrewded it, as Ben says. Because I still think that I can come back from this. Oh man, that was terrible. I can't believe I did that. I swear, I never play worse than when someone is watching. That's the thing. So yeah, this is going to be a quick correction burn. It's actually not that big a deal. But, oh man. I can't believe I did that. Oh, and yes, I will Bernard it back. That is something that I will do in a few seconds. Until, of course, I shroot it again, in which case, well, what can I say? I shroot things a lot, especially in Kerbal Space Program. Kerbal Space Program is not a very forgiving game, and, I mean, it looks all cute and cartoony, but then you start playing it, and you're like, oh my god, what is this, a game for masochists? And, yeah, I know I'm not being the best advertiser for this game that I like to play and that I think everyone else should be playing, but... oh well. Alright, so let's see how that did. Well, I mean, it's technically an encounter. Oh! That actually gives us plenty of time. Yeah. I think it'll be okay. And our return trip has a moon encounter, so I guess I could try flying by the moon, but I won't. Oh wait, no, that's the only encounter I'm getting right now. Ugh. Might have entirely shrewded this. This is no good. Oh no, I want to unset focus view. Oh, whatever. Why can I not add a maneuver node? Anyone know why I can't add a maneuver node? I can move one there, and then I guess I can just slide it. Nope, that's not doing it. So yeah, every once in a while, you get this weird thing with Kerbal Space Program where it's like, oh yeah, you have everything set up for an encounter, and then you time accelerate, and then it's no encounter for you. You just get nothing. And yeah, I don't know why that happens, but it's really annoying. And also, if anyone can tell me how to reset my focus onto my ship, because, you know, I set it away from my ship sometimes, but still, I'd like to be able to set it back easily. And yeah, I could be using warp to maneuver or whatever, but it's not super reliable, so I'm not. But at least this will give me a nice, well, actually a closer encounter than before, but I've used up far more fuel than I would have liked. So, press backspace. Oh! Huh! There we go! I learned something! Whoa! And, yeah, I also overshot my maneuver a little bit. Good thing it's not a very big maneuver. Alright, here we go. So now I have an encounter. A good, solid encounter that I don't think I'm going to lose. The trick will be, can I get back? Or will I die trying? And I do not know the answer to that question. Alright. Good enough. Weird. Alright. So, I am now in a very hyperbolic orbit over near Minmus. So that's 16-second burn, and I will get a paralysis. That's not bad. Alright, let's try warp to maneuver. And, see how that goes. And at this point, I've basically just given up on being efficient. This is not going to happen. This is going to be one of the least efficient missions I've ever flown. And I just don't care anymore, because I've already screwed up so many things. Well, that does tell you the difference between watching a YouTube tutorial that I might make and a Twitch stream, where you get to see all of the horrible things that I do wrong, live on the Twitch screen. Twitch stream, I can talk, I really can. Whereas on YouTube, nope, you only get to see the parts I want you to see. Alright. Alright. I think I'm... So, part of me actually wants to get into a more equatorial orbit, because that way, it's easier to land on some of the whatchamacallits, the seas, I guess they are? I don't know. What do you call those lowland flat areas? I don't even remember anymore. I sure did that maneuver node. Yeah, I'll add a maneuver. Here. But anyway, the very low flat areas, it's easier to land on them if you go in for an equatorial orbit, I find. I'm going to try and do that. Of course, the maneuver node UI is weird. Alright, so that's... Flats! Yes, they are flats! Which, I mean, it makes sense that they would be called flats. It does kind of sound like a lady's shoe, but whatever. Or I guess most men's shoes, I mean, the shoes I wear I suppose would be described as flat. They have flat soles? Soles. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Alright. So... yeah. So what do you think? Should I just, like, get over the flats at a high orbit and then just kill my velocity and fall down? Or should I do, like, the more normal thing where, you know, I go into low orbit and come into, you know, a relatively shallow angle and I fire retrograde for a while and then, you know, it flattens out? Which one? Should I go ballsy and just drop straight onto the moon? Or go for a regular landing? And Ben is here to tell us that his shoes are pointy, and so he falls over a lot, which is good to know. And Ben says I probably have the Delta V to go ballsy, which that might be true. I don't really know. I didn't calculate it. I just went seat of the pants this time. And I don't know if you can hear it, but my phone is making noises. Alright, I think this is a little bit too ballsy even for me, though, because, I mean, look at this. So oops. Yeah. I don't think I can do that, actually. I'm gonna have to be a little less ballsy than that. So, I think what I'll do is I'll get to about here, and then I'll flatten out. And of course I have no way of knowing if Jeb is actually going to make it back from this. There's a very good chance I'm going to kill Jebediah. Now, I don't remember, because it's been a while. Does Jebediah respawn if you kill him because he's one of the original 4? I don't actually know. Because, yeah, it's been a while since I played Kerbal Space Program. Because Ark Survival Evolved has been taking up a lot of my time, because, well, if you don't play it frequently, all of your stuff gets destroyed. And I don't want all my stuff destroyed. So, yeah, it's one of those games where I have a lot of fun with that game, but it also sucks up a lot of my time. More time than I should probably let it do. Alright, so I think I think that'll work. Let's see how the planet rotates. Or the moon rotates. I keep calling it a planet. It's a moon. Whatever. Yeah, let's move it forward a little bit. Because one of the things you have to remember in Kerbal Space Program is that the bodies you're orbiting are going to rotate under you. So if you set up a maneuver node too early, you won't know where it's going to land. Of course, NASA and ESA and all those other people have, you know, like, science folk who set this all up for them. But I just kind of wing it, because it's a video game, and that's how I roll. Which probably explains why I don't do nearly as well as other people who stream or record Kerbal Space Program. Like the inestimable Scott Manley, whose channel you should watch if you don't already watch it. So, alright. Actually, I'm going to switch to surface mode. So here's something else I'm not actually sure of. How do I do physics acceleration while I'm out in deep space? Because the greater than, less than keys are definitely not it. Go. Alright, good enough. Let's point retrograde. Let's also extend my legs. Oh! Alt will let me accelerate using physics acceleration. Look at that. Good to know. So yeah, I know I should be accelerating more when I'm closer to the ground and all that, but whatever. Like I said, I'm not going the most efficient way. Of course, I'm going a way now that might be so inefficient that I don't even make it back. I should probably have some kind of a crew report, huh? Well, let's transmit that. I should have been doing that before, but oh well. Oh, look at me shaking up like that. Huh. So yeah, I gotta be honest, until I watched Ben's stream, last night, I didn't even know that you could use physics acceleration. I had always wanted to, and I was like, oh, I guess the game just doesn't let you. And, but no, it totally does. Which is pretty great. So yeah, this is just a, I don't even know, I just tossed this lander together, and, yeah, it's not very special. But it's the kind of lander that I typically take on early game missions to Minmus. And I could probably take this to the moon, although I would probably have to be more efficient about it. And Ben is reminding me that, yeah, if you take your little almost zero thrust Xenon engine and use physics acceleration, it actually makes the game feel like the Xenon engine has a decent amount of thrust. Which, yeah, I suppose it would. And very little else could make the Xenon engine feel that way. Because Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the Xeon engine. It just has so little thrust. And, yeah. Now, I understand that this part of a landing, where I'm just kind of slowly descending towards the surface, probably isn't the most fun to watch, but I actually have a lot of fun doing it. I don't know. It just feels like a very spacey kind of thing to do, to slowly descend on my rockets onto a surface of an alien world. Maybe that's just me. Here comes my shadow, and just like Ben never does, I forgot to put lights on this spaceship. However, unlike him, I can land on the day side. Which isn't really fair. I'm sure he can too. He just hasn't the last few times. Well, there we go. I am safely on the surface of Minmus. Let's observe some mystery goo. Ooh. Let's observe materials bay. Look at that. Alright. Let's get an EVA report. Store that. And actually, I'm going to get right back in and transmit that real quick. So, I don't really have a good reason why I'm transmitting. I just am. Whoa. That's the fastest I've ever fallen on Minmus. I don't know what just happened. Oh well. EVA report. Take a surface sample. And, yeah, I'll plant a flag so that everyone can see my awesome flag art. And by awesome, I mean passable. Alright, so, what should I write on this flag, which I will zoom in on after I write it. So yeah, let me know. I'm probably going to call this on another world. Make the on not capitalized, because that's how it works. And, yeah. I guess I'll write nice landing? I don't know. That's what I'm seeing, so... Alright. Nice landing. Well... There we go. And, just because... There we go. So, here in the shadow is the little flag I made. It's got a dragon on it. It's cool. You know, whatever. I think I covered it up. Yeah, I covered it up with a glue canister. Oh well. So, another thing is, I actually have to take the science from this science bay, because it is not going to be coming back to Kerbin with me. Which, might be a little bit troublesome, since I can't seem to grab it. Why can I not grab the science from the science bay? Or material science bay, or whatever you call it. Oh. Collect data. Did I get it? I don't even know. Whoa! Man, I am not great at using the MMUs. It is one of my many faults with Kerbal Space Program. There we go. Only 2 experiments, which means I did not get the material science bay, which is not great. So I'm gonna have to try again. Yeah, if anyone knows why sometimes I land like a stone, well, a stone on Kerbin, on getting out of this, I would be interested to know, because I don't think that's ever happened to me before. Yeah, like this right here. I don't actually know what just happened. I think something weird is happening. I don't know what it is. The laws of physics seem to be slightly suspended on this particular trip to Minmus, where sometimes gravity has a much greater effect than you would think, and then other times I just launch into the sky for no reason. There we go. I somehow got it. And I managed to get back into my lander. Alright. Well, let's go home. This'll... Alright, let's make sure I get high enough so that I won't clip any mountains. It's definitely high enough. And maybe I'll try to return without actually maneuver noting it. Let's see how that goes. Because, I mean, doing ridiculous things has worked so far. Maybe it'll keep working. You never know. Eventually I'm going to break free of Minmus's orbit, right? Like, that's a thing that'll happen. Hopefully. There we go. Ah, that did not work out very well at all. Let's do that. This is such a bad idea. Oh man. Oh well. I don't think I'm gonna actually make it. Oh well. It was fun. So yeah, can I make a almost 90-degree turn? Probably not. But yeah. Alright, I'll try a different maneuver where I burn. Yeah, okay, fine. I guess burning retrograde is more efficient. It's way less fun, though. Yeah, this will actually probably get me to actually come back to Kerbin. Or some kind of lame thing like that. And since I'm so in such a wide orbit, it doesn't really matter when I do the burn. There's Ben being the voice of reason for some reason, I don't know. Ben, you're supposed to be encouraging me to take stupid risks. Not to play it safe and come back to Kerbin the way I'm supposed to. That's true. I do not have the Delta V to do what I was trying to do. Nope, I do not. I'm not even so sure about the Delta V to... Well, no, I've got plenty of Delta V to do what I'm doing now. As long as the stupid second Minmus encounter doesn't stop me. Which, I mean, it wouldn't. It's not like I'd crash into her. Ben says it's not a risk if there's a greater than... or what is it? If there's basically a 0% chance that you're going to succeed. Which, yeah, I guess that's true. You think I could land without parachutes? I'll tell you what, I will not ditch my last stage until it runs out of fuel. I will continue trying to land safely on Kerbin, using what rocket power I have left. That is what I will do. Just because... I don't know why. Just because. Let's get my periapsis down below. Let's go to like 35 kilometers. Which actually would be a hard target to hit, so I'm probably gonna shroot it yet again. Because this has been a day of just not doing well at games. I don't know. I must be off. I'm gonna actually blame the fact that last night, all of a sudden, and I don't really know why, started getting a pretty severe pain in my back. Just all of a sudden. And, I don't know why. But, yeah, it was not much fun. And then, I woke up this morning and it was at least as bad. So I just said forget it for a while and I slept until like 1 p.m. Oh, and there we go, I shooted it a bit. So, not too bad, though. But yeah, and then, I don't know, I think it just threw me for the whole day. Ben says, let the atmosphere slow you down, so... Well, I'm definitely on course for letting that happen. So let's see. Yeah, with a periapsis of 10 kilometers, that might actually be a little bit too low. It might be a little bit too much slowing, but, you know. This also might end up being a night landing, although, maybe not. I do have a lot of fuel left. Which I guess means I brought way more than I needed if I had done, you know, efficient things. And, yeah, it is about to get really fun, as Ben says. Yeah. Alright, so now I am in the atmosphere. Still going, like, Mach 10 or something crazy. And here I am about to burn up, so I'm going to try and slow down considerably. Because this is crazy. Maybe I should retract my legs? I don't know. Got a lot of wobbling. I am diving ridiculously fast. Wow. This is an amount of re-entry heating that I am not used to seeing at all. My SAS is going insane. Alright, I don't even know if I should ditch the stage. It's probably providing me so much drag that I probably shouldn't. Wow. I did not expect that to go so well. Yeah. That went much better than expected. Oh, Ben blames my roommate, Josh, which is, of course, always the correct answer. So yeah, I'm not even gonna get rid of the lower stage. Well, I might have to, because I don't know if the parachute's gonna slow me down sufficiently, but... yeah, let's get rid of it. And of course it sticks to me anyway, because of physics or something. I think it's really just because that stage has so much drag compared to my fully deployed parachute that, yeah, it actually is providing more drag than my parachute is, which will change as I get lower in the atmosphere and my parachute fully deploys, but still. Another thing is, I don't think that stage is going to survive a splashdown, because for some reason in Kerbal Space Program, splashdowns are lethal. Nothing survives a splashdown. Oh, and I should probably turn off SAS. Alright. Fully deployed chute. There goes my other stage. There's that strange sound that I assume is my other stage hitting the surface of the water. And... come on. Hooray! Well, there we go. That was a successful and extremely insane landing on Minmus. Quite possibly the craziest landing I have ever actually done on Minmus. Or at least craziest landing and return. So, yeah, what should I buy? Let's see what people... and I mean, there's 5 of you in this chat room. I can tell that you're there. Feel free to type in something. Or, you know, just let Ben decide what I should get next. Let's see, we've got heavy rocketry, propulsion, advanced fuel systems, advanced construction, advanced flight control, space exploration, which just kind of sound fun. Miniaturization, precision engineering, advanced electronics, advanced landing, advanced aerodynamics, supersonic flight. So, what is it, Ben? What do we got? Or anyone else. Other people can chime in too. I'll probably just do first come, first serve. Oh, and I also need to plug in my laptop, otherwise it will die on me, and then, because I am playing this on my desktop full screen, I will not be able to see the chat window. So, what do you think? What should I buy? I don't actually have a plan for the next mission, so it does not depend. In fact, I think what I buy next may inform what my next mission will be. Although, really, my next mission is rocket-powered descent to Kerbin. So, I mean, that's the next goal. Rocket-powered descent to Kerbin. Which I guess would mean probably heavy rocketry or something. Maybe propulsion systems, and I'll probably not. Heavy rocketry might be the thing, though. Heavy rocketry and advanced fuel systems could do it. Yeah, bigger rocket then. Yeah, that's what I agree. So here, and then what do we got here? I don't know that we need that, so I'm not going to bother yet. Alright, so the only goal is to get back to Kerbin safely on this next mission. So, orbit, then descend, and I'm going to call it good. So, rocket descent. Which means I don't need nearly as much of these things here. Get rid of that. I don't need heat shield. I don't need science experiments. And I just realized I forgot that I had a temperature on my back that I should have used on Minmus. Whatever. Right, don't need a nose parachute, because that's the whole point. So what do I need? Aerodynamic nose cone. Tiny thrust to land a tiny probe, huh? Alright, let's see what I got for probes here. All I've got is the Probodobodine Octo. Which... that's not even the one that has stability assist, is it? Maybe I can actually unlock a better probe. Oh wait, no, the Probodobodine Octo does have stability assist, right? I don't even remember anymore. Whatever, we're gonna go with it. Alright, Probodobodine Octo. Alright. Little fuel tank. Let's put some radially arranged fuel tanks so that it can actually land. What do you think? Think Poodle will handle it? I think a Poodle can handle it. Of course, I don't have any RCS unlocked, which, you know, not great. Just go on here. There we go. Let's get one of these. So I'm probably actually going to end up doing a lot of the descent on this engine here. Because this Poodle actually probably doesn't have enough thrust to get me down safely if I have to use it all the way. But... alright. Let's get a big fuel tank. Everyone loves giant fuel tanks, right? Nice. RE I-5 skipper. No? This thing is it's absurd. I love it though. Alright. So, in my last launch that, was on this stream, I had a lot of stability problems with the actual body of the rocket, so, yeah, time to fix that a little bit. What do we think? Do I need boosters? I mean, maybe. Ooh, I could use actual aircraft wings. You know what? Yes. Yes, I'm going to use actual aircraft wings. Because it's absurd and I like it. Oh, man. I could try actually arranging these the right way beforehand, but I'm just going to use the rotator wheel. There we go. It's good enough. This is possibly the most absurd-looking rocket that I have ever built, because this is a night of extremes. And, in keeping with that theme of extremes, yeah, I'm gonna add some solid rocket boosters. No. Kick back. This is what I'm looking for. Alright. So, get descent. Oh man, this is quite possibly the stupidest rocket that I have ever made. Actually, it occurs to me that I'm probably going to need some control surfaces on my upper stage. Because it will have to descend with aerodynamic control. So, oh man. Oh, name it the Dildozer? Alright, I'll tell you what, if the launch doesn't go well, then I will name it the Dildozer. And thanks to Reagan Mjolnir, or is it Rajan Mjolnir? I'm not really sure, let me know, for the suggestion. So yeah, if it doesn't go well, that is indeed what I will call it. So, let's see. Well, here we go. I am off. And this really is one of the stupidest looking things I have ever made in this game. Rajan, alright, there we go. Rajan Mjolnir. Thank you for letting me know. Wow, this thing has a lot of roll. Maybe it actually needs more control surfaces, I don't know. I mean, the roll isn't doing anything particularly terrible. Well, maybe it is now. Oh! Oh no! My main stage! And why can't I revert? Oh, there we go, revert. Alright. That was... okay, maybe it's the control surface creating the roll. Alright, so maybe these ridiculous wings were not such a great idea. You know, maybe. Maybe I should go for something less ridiculous. For stability, and then I don't know. Yeah, I'm not planning this out very well in case anyone couldn't tell. Let's also get these a lot lower so that on separation they have a smaller chance of colliding with my main stage. And there we go. At the request of Ragin' Mjolnir, we are naming it the Dildozer. And let's try again. And yes, Ben, I did shoot it. But that's been kind of the theme for the evening, so I am okay with this. Alright. Am I getting roll like before? Nope, doesn't seem like it. And my rocket looks way less ridiculous. Although not completely unridiculous. I do not have the Sepatron rockets in this save. Which is why I am relying on placing these more accurately. And I should probably also put struts on them so they don't do this ridiculous rocking thing, which I'm sure is just cutting into my fuel efficiency. And they might actually rock apart. Yup. I don't know what just happened there. Awesome. Yeah, Deceptrons would be the proper way, I agree. They're also a way that is not available to me in this save. And like I had said earlier, I don't know if you were here, the only reason I'm actually using this save is because I made the flag for it. As you can see right there. Nice little dragon flag. So maybe, just maybe, actually attach. Yeah. Some, struts can help. Or maybe I'm just stupid for continuing to try and use boosters and I should just rely on my main stage. I don't know. And actually, I'm gonna put this in here. Yeah. Why have like a million stages when I can have 4? Yeah, well, the Dildozer probably should always vibrate, but it probably shouldn't vibrate so much that it gets destroyed, killing the crew. The tallest stacked rocket ever. That would also be an interesting exercise. How tall can I stack a rocket and still have it lift off? And get to orbit and return. Oh, I also just found out, just now, that WASD keys work much more easily if you actually have your fingers on the keys in question when using them. There we go, that's a clean separation that resulted in disaster. Nope. Nope, whole lot of nope. Alright, well... Let's see... Maybe external fuel tanks? Because I think what really happened was that I was too top-heavy and it just pulled my nose down too fast. So let's try some external fuel tanks, which I will attach in a less insane way. I'm using the Probodobodine Octo, which I believe does have SAS. Let's double check. Let's see. The Octo is the next step in unmanned control technology. This small unit can not only receive and relay control, it also provides automatic stabilization assistance, so yes. And it occurs to me that if I have these giant wings, these landing struts are not actually doing anything. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's true. I don't have nearly enough torque. Maybe I'll add some reaction wheels if this launch doesn't go well, which, I mean, of course it won't. Probably should have put those external fuel tanks below the wings and not above them. You know. I don't know if you shrewded it. I mean, I knew that you meant reaction wheels. Oh, I just totally shrewded the staging. Let's see how it goes anyway. And the answer is almost certainly going to be poorly. I also probably should have waited until like morning or something. But that kind of sucks for probes, so... Waiting, at least. Launching in the morning does not suck for probes, it's actually pretty great. It's just the wait, because, you know, you're always constantly drawing down power. And I don't think I actually put extra power on here, which might also be a problem. Yeah, 10.32 charge and no way to rebuild it. Yeah, this was not a terribly well thought out mission, but that's okay. Let's flatten out a bit. Yeah, not planning does make it more challenging, Ben, thanks. Oh, I think I should be able to make it into orbit. It's not going too badly. Right. Look at that. Although I'm going pretty far off my prograde vector. I don't know what's up with that. That could be a problem. Although I think when I get out of the atmosphere, it'll become less of a problem. I'm hoping. Or maybe it won't. Maybe I'm just going to continue to just keep turning for no reason. Come on. Why are you doing this? Oh! Nope, not because I'm out of electric charge. Well, that's not great. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and land this safely now, and then I'll try again with more reaction wheels. So I cannot land on this stage, so I've got to burn through it. Stick to surface mode. So, yeah, well, batteries, solar panels, I mean, these are all things that a normal player would probably bring on this trip. But, I mean, let's face it, I'm better than that. Although it occurs to me, I think the two engines I have below this, are they both pools? No, this one isn't. So that's good. So I guess now what I'm kind of doing is the SpaceX thing that they attempted to do, which was, you know, send a rocket up and then have it land without dying. And land kind of on a boat, although there's no boat for me to land on, but yeah, too bad that didn't work out well for them. Yeah, Flash Narat, let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, says that I should put a banner on website. And yeah, I probably should. I did actually just start this channel, which probably is why I haven't done that yet. And yeah, I would get a lot more traffic if I did. I probably will. Of course, I also need a better microphone, because this microphone is terrible. So does it count as a success if I go into space on a suborbital trajectory and then land? Because it means that I can land on just rocket power. I don't know. You guys tell me. This bit's starting to actually get a little bit boring because of how long it's taken. So let's do some time acceleration, because you know that's not a terrible idea for safety. Of course, one of the reasons I have to keep my engine on is because it's the only thing providing me with electrical charge. So... wow. Maybe I'll get some roll stability here. That is a lot of rolling. Probably more rolling than is safe. Wow. Oh, this is a problem. So I can't actually... I don't have enough control to actually right myself. So this is going to go poorly. Oh, so Ben wasn't actually expecting me to get into orbit anyway. Well, that's good to know. So yeah, let's just watch this explode, because that's all that's gonna happen. And I might as well rocket into the ground while I'm at it, because, you know, that's more fun, right? Woo! Didn't even break up, just instant death. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so let's... These down here. No, I don't have symmetry on. Let's do that. Part symmetry? Goodness. Why do you do this to me, Kerbal Space Program? Alright. Bring these down. Alright, so now for some serious additional torque. 1 command. Of course, all I have is the small inline reaction wheels, which aren't actually doing a whole lot. But, I think I can actually attach them under these and then sink the nose cone onto it. Yeah, there we go. So that's a whole lot of extra reaction wheels. Let's see. Solar panels. There we go. Some batteries. And actually, you know what? Hopping on a fairing might actually be a good idea. Do you have any? Remember if I have them unlocked. Yeah. So just doing that so that the main probe body doesn't have so much drag on it. I'm actually going to put that in the last stage because I don't actually plan on releasing it. So, yeah, maybe that'll work. Maybe. Oh, it came from in here somehow. There we go. Offset. That's good. Alright. So, let's try this. And this, honestly, will probably be my last launch for the night. Streamed Arc before this, now I'm streaming KSP, and I'm getting a little tired. I'll attach those. Alright, let's try one more time with the Dildozer. There I go, off into space. Does anyone know if there's a hotkey for turning the transparency on the nav ball off? Because sometimes I like it, but also sometimes I do not. So if you know what the hotkey is for that, and I am turning way faster than before. Oh goodness. Yeah, I can tell I have a lot more torque, but yeah, for all the good it did me. Alright, so maybe the goal for this will just be to land in a way that does not destroy my probe core at all. Okay. Well, something's happening. Yeah, I do not have the thrust. Alright, well, so this is kind of working in a an other than expected sort of way. see, success. Yeah, that's me landing a probe body using only rockets on Kerbin. So, what do you think? Great success, right? That's what you were all looking for. Yeah, not really, I know. But, still, I think I'm probably gonna call it here. I'll try again on another day, and I'll probably stream that as well. Yeah, thanks, Ben. It was amazing. I know. It's probably the best thing that you've seen for Kerbal Space Program in ever, really. I mean, yeah. Well, you guys stay classy. I'm Tim Judge. And, yes, as Ben says, thanks for stopping by.